No, no buzz. A Just Bees book club. I'm so part of the premise of this whole thing was I'm just gonna try to do one of these for every single book I read, every single book I finish rather. And I finished a book, and I, so yeah, talking about Agents of Dreamland. I also got this one and I read part of it, but I just didn't finish it. I don't think I'm going to. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I believe it's Caitlín, like Caitlín R. Kiernan or Caitlin R. Kiernan. I've heard it pronounced both ways, I think, in the past. Um, the the diacritic has led me to believe that it's despite being spelled visually like Caitlin, that it's actually closer to like Kathleen. I believe she's Irish. Um, I really, really love her short fiction. And most of her short fiction is basically novella length anyway that I've read. Um, but I hadn't encountered her stuff in a while, and I just happened to see these when I was browsing around at the library a few weeks, a month ago or so, and um, I had a really rough time with these ones. I don't know exactly, but there's just like so to back up. Kiernan's work, so I sort of associate it with the like early 2010s when I was like really heavy into reading a lot of like online magazine like short fiction in the sort of speculative fiction field. I think I know she wrote for Nightmare magazine, but I think that was like that didn't come out until a little later. There was one specific, I think Subterranean Press was where I encountered her stuff first, and I remember just like absolutely devouring it, just being like, yo, you can write like this, and you can write on these subjects, and it can be this just like bone chilling and and pretty and obtuse and like obscure and just like all of these things that I just like have such incredible memories of, and I don't remember the names of any particular story, but like I just have these like incredibly strong sense memories, which is not a thing I often have, of like being up super late reading Caitlin or reading Kiernan's fiction on the internet, and just yeah, just adoring it. And I'm not saying that I have reevaluated that, because I definitely had not read Agents of Dreamland before. Um, and I don't think there aren't things in here that are quite good, even. Um, yeah. But it just ended up, both Agents of Dreamland and Black Helicopters both just felt so uneven, and I don't just mean in terms of like the ostensible story, because that's the thing I kind of care least about, even though it was, I don't know, maybe it was partially my brain at the time I was reading them, but they feel elliptical to the point of like um what's the word, like they're stonewalling you out almost. Like they are um they yeah, at least again in this read, the the ellipses felt like they left out something necessary, and so the book felt kind of just like unfinished to me. Like there was something of importance that would tie, not again, not necessarily even in story terms, although in those as well. Like there was something behind the mask that these books put on that just never, it was never allowed to slip in a way that I could even catch a glimpse of it, and it just ended up feeling like a bummer. Um, and the other thing is like it's also really uneven in terms of just the prose. Like what was I was like trying to, yeah, like here's, early on in the sentence, it's like she takes off her sunglasses, and she takes off her sunglasses, and he wishes that she hadn't. just like I don't know. That's its own paragraph, and it's just so not evocative in the way that it presents itself as being, I think, to me. And it's just like it's just I don't know. There's just some clunkers in here in my reading at least, and and then there's also stuff like uh, where's the line about the pure communists? I think I already passed it. Yeah. There's stuff like his voice soothes the meat and mud of my soul. I believe we're the purest communists there are, says he. Translation, evolution, metamorphosis, bliss in everlasting ice and trans-Neptunian, Kuiper belt blackness, and you eat of my body, and we will traipse the light fantastic across ether wastes to be free of false Christs. I don't know what half of it means, and I don't pretend I do. I can understand without a perfect understanding. He's shown me that. I can pop the cap and inhale deeply and fill myself with the gifts of gods who never were gods. Back in old Lost Angels, before my deliverance to this deeper Cali dirt expanse of lizards and diamondback seraphim, wildcat bishops and roadrunners, I shot sweet Afghan heroin into my rotting arms, between my toes and fingers, but I'm free now. You think this isn't paradise? You think this isn't Eden? Then you better think again, little Chloe. You better think again. Um, that bit, I love that bit. um, that is that is sort of uh, the style of Kiernan's writing that just like dives you directly in, and it knows you might get a little lost in there, but it trusts you um, to swim or flounder, and and frankly, like the long and short of it is like there were too many of the I wish she hadn't, or he wishes she hadn't, whatever, um, and that are just lines where I'm just like I guess I'm just floundering then, and not enough. We are the purest we are the purest communists there are, which is like I just immediately want to keep swimming into that and be like, what's what's over here? Like, give me more of this and less of um, the signal man sits and drinks coffee or whatever. Um, yeah, and then there's like I don't know, just it just didn't stick with me either, which was a huge bummer. But yeah, I'm excited to find. I feel like I'm way overcommitting in terms of books at this point, so it probably won't happen very soon now that I start saying it out loud. But like, there's a part of me that now really wants to just because I know she has at least two fairly large short story collections that I'm like, I just want to. I want to dig back into her short stories and find the stuff in them that I found in them the first time, and that I just didn't find in Agents of Dreamland, unfortunately. Yeah. Hey, thanks for not watching.